Okay, and so now that we introduced this microbial life into the charcoal, right? So now the charcoal is like, its own little bumping condominium. Everybody wants to be there. All the little microbes are having a blast, right? We're going to feed them. And so they repopulate and they build up their numbers, and the microbial life of this biochar is going to be firing on all cylinders and just be an awesome amendment, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to add our nutrients so the microbial life can flourish and eat and grow big and strong. First thing is insect frass. What is insect frass? Insect frass is just like we will have another video on our insect frass. And essentially what insect frass is, it is another garden amendment. It is the poop of plant-eating herbaceous insects. More on that later. But we will add 1 cup of insect poop, also called frass. We will add another cup of, oh, this is my favorite stuff right here. You know what that is? Can you smell that? Oh, it smells so good you just want to eat it up. It's kelp, seaweed, kelp from the ocean. Kelp contains over 83 micronutrients. It all comes from the North Atlantic. You eat it, and it adds all these minerals and micronutrients that the plants love, and microbes love too. Remember, because this is a micro project. We add that in there, and in just a minute we will get another cup of malted barley. Malted barley helps break this all down and provide a good carbon source for all these microbes to eat. We're going to grind that up in just a minute. All right, so now we have, take a look at that. Isn't that beautiful? All right, we have malted barley, we have kelp, and we have insect frass. Now, what all this is going to do is provide a good, healthy dinner for all these microbes, because we want to build up this soil, right? We want to build it up, add as many nutrients and as much diversity as we can into our biochar, because when we add it to our garden, mwah, oh my gosh, that soil is going to be so sweet. You just want to lick it. Just like that. So, without further ado, we just sprinkle this and mix it into our biochar and compost mix. Those microbes will start eating it up, and we're going to have a great, good time, all right? Now let's mix it up. All right, so to do a quick recap, we took our biochar, which is finely crushed down to about the size of a grain of rice, and we soaked that in water and molasses. The molasses acts as a food source for the microbes. Also, what we did is we added kelp, malted barley, and insect frass, aka insect poop. And all that stuff is adding more food that the microbes can use to eat and chomp and have little microbe kids and microbe grandkids. Keep in mind, the microbe's life is maybe about 20 minutes tops. So every day you're going to have many, many, many more generations of microbes that are all thriving inside the biochar. So now that we got done with explaining what biochar is, and now that we got done inoculating it, I'm going to tell you how we use it. Now, biochar should be right around 10% of the volume of the garden bed. So, if you have a garden bed that's 100 cubic inches, 10 cubic inches will be biochar. You don't want to go too much more than that or too little than that. 10% is just the right amount. So once you run the math through your head, once you start, jotting down the numbers about how big and how deep your garden bed is, you'll figure out how much biochar you need to add. When you get done inoculating it, mixing it in with the compost and the worm poop and the extra amendments like the kelp, the frass, the malted barley powder. You mix that into the garden, let it settle, get a good thick mulch layer going. More on that later. Get a good thick mulch layer going, and you will have the healthiest garden soil you possibly can, that your plants can wiggle their little roots down into and feel nice at home. Okay. Until we meet again.